So you're about to submit your Canada's visitor's visa application or a study permit application or probably a PR application under skilled immigration, and you're at a point in the process thinking whether or not you should get the services of a legal professional that could be an immigration lawyer or a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. So first of all, it's not mandatory for you to get the services of a legal professional, as mentioned by IRCC, if you have sound knowledge of Canada's immigration laws, which apply to your specific application in terms of you meeting the requirements, and it's totally fine for you to go ahead and submit your application, and you can hope to get a positive decision within the normal processing times. However, I will share a few examples where applicants had made small mistakes, which were small enough in their perspectives. They were material enough for the immigration officer to issue a refusal on their application. So, first example is of a student who walked into our office. His STS application was refused, and the reason for refusal was that he did not submit the correct documentary evidence to prove his tuition payments. And that led to another refusal, that he's not financially sound to support himself in Canada, which led to another refusal that he will not leave Canada at the end of his visa tenure. Now, despite the fact that he paid $35,000 to the academic institute for his first year's fee, immigration officers still thought that he did not make that payment, owing to a small unintentional mistake, according to the applicant, that he logged into his online portal and he simply took the screenshots of the payment he submitted to the academic institute over time, and that's totally unacceptable to the immigration officer. This cannot serve as documentary evidence to support your tuition payments. That's the reason his application totally fell apart and he was given a refusal. Second instance was of a client under SCS stream. She had walked into her office and she said she was into her 4th month of submitting the application and she wasn't rendered a decision. Now, SCS applications are normally processed within 20 calendar days. And the fact that it was taking 4 months and she hadn't received a decision, it was kind of alarming. That being said, we conducted a complete assessment to find out what she had submitted. And we found out that she omitted an important mandatory document, which is known as a study plan. If you apply under the STS stream and you're in Pakistan, you must submit a study plan. And she said she was not aware of this important document and she had not submitted it. Now, luckily, she hadn't been rendered a decision by the immigration officials. That being said, right away, she raised a web form with IRCC, crafted her study plan, uploaded it with the online request, and finally, her STS application was approved within 2 weeks. And the third example was, it was a PR applicant under skilled immigration, and he was issued a procedural fairness letter from IRCC. He was asked to revisit his documentary evidence he had submitted to support his work experience, and that was applied for his experience letters. So the experience letters he had submitted, those were according to the employer's or organization's internal policy, standard, and format. And these weren't acceptable to the IRCC. So he was asked to resubmit the experience letters according to the standard issued by IRCC on their website. Luckily, he did submit his proper documentary evidence to support his work experience. And finally, his application for Canada's PR, it was approved. Now, keeping these instances in mind, you need to decide for yourself whether or not you should get the services of a legal professional. And finally, if you have already submitted any sort of application, maybe it's a TRV application or a PR application, but your application is in process and you think you might have made some mistakes, errors, or omissions, which could lead to discrepancies and they could lead to refusals on your applications, you still have time since your application is in processing. You can book an appointment with a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. We'll do a complete assessment, find out all the documents that you had submitted, and we'll let you know if there is any material discrepancy in your application that can lead to a refusal. That's it for now. We'll come back with more updates. Thank you.